guys, welcome back to my channel, and those of you that are new, hi, my name is Stephanie and welcome to my channel. Today's video is all about Morphe brushes. Now, I did an unboxing of my October Morphe Me brush club, so if you missed that, check that out. So yeah, today's video is all about brushes, my favorite 2017 Morphe brushes. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it and show you guys my favorite Morphe brushes in 2017. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna do my powder brushes, my favorite Morphe powder brushes. The first brush that I'm going to tell you about is my favorite. I use this to set my under eyes. I used to use the little powder puffs that come in the actual loose powder containers, and I found that doing that really caked on powder under my eyes, and it did not look good. So I started using this brush, and it actually did wonders for my under eye. It set the under eye makeup and it didn't cake. So the brush that I'm talking about is the Morphe E3 brush, and this is what it looks like. It is a tapered powder brush, and it's very soft. It's not so dense, and that's why it does what it does. It doesn't cake that product under your eye because it is so soft. The next brush is my absolute favorite blush brush, and when I tell you favorite, I mean like hands down the most wonderful blush brush in the entire world. I use this bad boy every single time that I do my makeup. This brush is the Morphe E4 brush, and this is what this guy looks like. It's angled, and this is a more dense brush. It just puts the right amount of product on, just like that powder brush, and it fits perfectly on your cheeks, and it just blends so beautifully. And this is just the brush that I always go to when I do my blush. I don't use any other blush brush. Is that kind of like a snobby thing to say? Like, I don't know. I just use this brush all the time and I love it. So why change up the routine when you know that something works, right? All right, so my next brush is, it's not really a powder brush. It's actually meant to be a foundation brush. But what I use this brush for is to apply my face masks. But this brush really does apply my face masks really well. And this brush is the Morphe MB9 brush. So this is supposed to be a foundation brush where you just kind of paint it on and blend. It is a flat brush, so it really does put those masks on really well. So the next brush that I use constantly is a contour bronzing brush. I reach for this guy all the time. This brush is the Morphe R10 brush. So this is what this guy looks like. It is a flat brush, and it is very dense. And instead of like going straight forward, like straight on, I actually use this guy flat. So I just place it right up under my cheekbone and just go to town. Alright, so last of the powder brushes, this is one of my favorite brushes to use to put my highlight on, and I typically just reach for this one all the time as well. And this brush is the M510 brush, and this guy, I've had this guy for a while, so it's been used and abused, but it's still a trooper. It puts just enough product on. As you can see, it's very fluffy. I don't get like highlight all caked up on my cheekbones or anything like that. It just looks really well. Like that's what I use to put my highlight on to bomb. Boom! Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation concealer brushes next, and because it's only 3. So my favorite Morphe foundation brush, Morphe M444. Now it kind of looks like the next foundation brush that I have in my foundation category of brushes, but this one is a little bit more dense and the bristles of the brush are a little bit shorter, so it puts a more full coverage layer of foundation on your face. So yeah, it is a more short bristled brush. It does have a flat top. So like I said, it does put a more full coverage layer of foundation on your skin. And some days I need a full coverage foundation layer on my face. But, you know, you're just having some rough mornings sometimes. Alright, next foundation brush, like I was saying before, it kind of resembles this brush. But this brush, it's a little bit more, it's not as dense, and the bristles are a little bit longer. So it puts more of a sheer coverage on your face on those days where you're, you know, you need to run out the door, you need to pop something on your face. And this brush is the M439 brush. So that's that guy right there. And as you can see, compared to the other brush, it does have longer bristles. It's a little bit more rounded at the top, and it's not quite as dense. I'll do a comparison. Alright, so this is the M444 and this is the M439 brush. So as you can tell, they are quite different. So this one would apply more full coverage, and this one would apply a little bit more sheer coverage. Until I started using this, I'd always use my beauty blender to blend out my concealer, and that worked perfectly fine. Like, it did a good job. It did its job. But when I got this brush in my Morphe, one of my Morphe subscriptions, I kind of pushed it to the side. You know, I was like, yeah, whatever. I have my beauty blender. But then one day I was just like, you know, I'm just going to try it to see how it works. And girlfriend, you have not lived life if you have not tried this concealer brush. Like, seriously, it's a miracle worker. It literally applies the product so well. It doesn't look cakey. It spreads it evenly. The brush that I'm talking about is the Morphe M173 brush. So that's what that guy looks like. It's kind of like a mini-me of the M439 brush, but concealer version. So it does have a round top. It's fluffy, but it has a little bit of, you know, pull to it. It is a little dense. This is what I use all the time to apply my concealer. Alright, so last category is the eye brush category. First blending brush that I have is the Morphe S27. This brush kind of, the way I feel that it works is this gives you not so much of a blended look. It does blend out the product. So if you want something blended out and you don't want blend out, then I would use this brush. My next brush that I use for blending when I want it to look more sheer and I want the color to blend out a little bit more, this brush is the Morphe E27 brush. This one is a little bit more fluffier. It's not quite as dense as the other one, so this one is going to blend those shadows out just a tad bit more. So this brush here I always use when I want like a darker color in the outer V of my eye. This gets in there and it's just the perfect size for that size area of your eye. The brush that I'm talking about is the Morphe M560 brush. So as you can see, it is a smaller brush. And it does have a pointed head at the top, so it's perfect to get into the corners of your eyes to darken up and add some depth. This next brush is actually a holy grail of mine. And the first time I used it, I was like, mic drop. Like, how did I live life without this brush? The brush that I'm talking about is the Morphe M521 brush. This brush fits perfectly right here, and I mean, you can get so much product in there. This is what that guy looks like. It is a flat brush and it is kind of tapered, so that's the good part about this brush. It is tapered, so it kind of fits in that small area, but this is a great shading brush. So this next brush I always use to apply the highlight or the light color on my brow bone here. It fits perfect in that area. It is an angle brush, so when you get down to the smaller part of the eye here, you have a part of this brush where it would actually fit right in that area. So this brush is the MS29 brush, and as you can see, it is angled. So this is actually a really cool brush to use on that brow bone. It is dense. It's not quite as fluffy, so there is some, you know, there is some take to it. So perfect brush for your brow bone. So this is my last brush of, no, actually no this isn't, I'm sorry, I was sitting on one. So this brush is my favorite brush to apply shadow on my lower lash line. So this brush is the Morphe E1, is that 1.6? Yeah, Morphe E1.6 brush. So this is that guy right there. It comes to a point so it can get into that area of your eye and spread that shadow out. So it's rounded, so gets the job done perfectly and works like a charm. This brush I use to put like a base color shadow on my eye. And I have small eyes, so I needed something that I could actually get in there and see and get up close, and that would actually fit on my eye and put it in the area where I needed to put it instead of getting it all over my face. This brush is the MS28 brush. Okay, so that's what that guy looks like. I don't know if you can see, the bristles are kind of light. This is a perfect brush to apply that base shadow with. It packs it on there, spreads it evenly. Alright guys, so there you have it. Those are all my favorite brushes of 2017 by Morphe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite brushes are of 2017. It doesn't necessarily have to be Morphe, but this is just what I have. This is the company that I use. I love Morphe and I will continue to use this brand of brushes. But yeah, comment below what your favorite brushes are of 2017. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys!